The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
All right, wrestling fans, we're on the eve of Summerslam in New York at MetLife Stadium. First time SummerSlam's going 2 nights. 2 nights in New York City. Well, technically New Jersey, but MetLife, whatever. MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Giants and the New York Jets. This is your host, AW Air Warrior, presenting you latest SmackDown. With wrestling and sports. It's for your wrestling and sports related content. I gotta do more content on this channel. That'll be starting this month. Hopefully, I'll be focusing doing more content on this channel. But welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to my channel. If you're happy to watch this live or on a replay, this is our preview and predictions for SummerSlam. Night 1 and 2 for 2025. Excuse me. Apologize for that. But, okay. So we're not going to go this in any order, really. We're not going to go this in any order. So we're not going to do like night 1 first, night 2 second. We're just going to go randomly. Well, I'll get to the main title matches last, though. Okay? The main title match is last. Okay? But this is the first time in WWE history that WWE is going 2 nights for SummerSlam. 2 nights. It might be a constant thing going forward. Who knows? They haven't specifically said if it's going to be a new thing or it's just for this year. But this is groundbreaking for WWE. WrestleMania has been going 2 nights for the past 5 years. So this is the first time SummerSlam is going 2 nights. Okay? Okay? In the great city of New York, or in the home of the Jets and the Giants football NFL teams. Okay? So this is SummerSlam. For night 1 and night 2, wrestling prediction show. We're not going to do, like I said, we're not going to go through night 1 and night 2. We're going to do this randomly. But I'll make sure the main events are still last in this prediction show. The world title matches. So the John Cena and Cody Rhodes, CM Punk and Gunther. Okay? Going to make sure those will go last. So everything else will be random. Those 2 will be the last 2 I talk about before I officially end the stream. Okay? Alright, now in the chat, you obviously can tell me your thoughts. In the comments below. Your predictions. Super chat me, gift membership me, do whatever. I'm sure. Let's see. Whatever. Okay? Join membership. If you can, okay? Not gonna force you to. Just an idea. That's all. But okay. Okay. I got the overlays, pictures, whatever you want to call them, for the matches. And that's what we're going to talk about with this stream. Okay? With this prediction show. So, without further ado, let's start this show with the first match of SummerSlam. I'm sorry for if you hear a drill, if you hear that noise, a drill, I apologize. I can't do anything about that. So I apologize. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my control. So I apologize for the drill. You hear a drill. That's that sound. But first match, Sami Zayn is going to take on Kieran Cross. Okay. All right. So this is not a title match, but this has been going on for months now. Okay. This feud, this rivalry between Kieran Cross and Sami Zayn has been going on for months now. Kieran Cross, the fans are behind Kieran Cross. They want to see Kieran Cross. They want to see WWE push Kieran Cross. They want to see this guy, right? Kieran Cross. They made it perfectly clear that the fans want to see this guy. Okay? Sami is a fan favorite. People love Sami, right? This story, and at least the stipulation in this match, this story is about Cross confronting Sami and saying his way, his style doesn't work and will not get him to becoming World Heavyweight Championship material. It will not get him to the title or anything like that. His style, being the good guy, being a nice guy, being embracing the fan base, doing all that, will not lead him to WWE champion. It's not what's gonna happen. It's not what's gonna happen. It's not gonna work. And Sami Zayn doesn't believe that. He believes his way will work. Eventually, he can become champion the way he does things. All right. And as this feels leading up, yes, at Night of Champions, Sami got the win over Kieran Cross. And then so on, Kieran Cross has been getting the upper hand over Sami. He hit him with a steel pipe a couple times. They wanted to put him on the shelf. But okay, so they're going to have this match, and it's kind of a weird stipulation on this match, too, because it's a really weird stipulation. But I'll tell you right now what the stipulation is about this match, what the stipulation is. Funny. It's kind of funny, too. It's weird. It's weird, funny. Okay, it's something you want to see WWE do, wrestling do. Okay, so if Sami Zayn wins, Kieran Cross has to admit he's right. Okay? If Kieran Cross wins, Sami Zayn has to admit that Kieran Cross is right. Kieran Cross is right. Alright? He has to admit. Right, they have to admit, right? So if Sami Zayn wins, Kieran Cross has to admit that Sami's right. And if Kieran Cross wins, Sami has to admit that Kieran Cross wins. Now, for the prediction of this show, of this match specifically, I actually want to see Kieran Cross win. And I'm going to go with Kieran Cross because they should push him. And him beating Sami is, to me, is a bigger deal than Sami beating Kieran Cross, because Kieran Cross needs his win more. We haven't seen a significant match in a really, really long time. I guess Night of Champions be considered a significant match, but he needs another significant match to continue his momentum, to continue this high that the fans want from him to see. And I think this is definitely, because if Sami wins here, I think the fans are going to be very disappointed and angry. And I think this is what definitely. I do think Sami's going to put Kieran Cross over. I do think Sami will put Kieran Cross over. So I'm going to go with Kieran Cross wins here, and Sami is going to admit that Kieran Cross is right. I don't know if it'll lead to a heel turn for Sami, or it'll just be a different Sami babyface going forward. But this definitely, I do think this is a better outcome for Kieran Cross, because if Sami wins here, I don't think anything changes for Sami personally. I think he'd be still in the same position he is now, mid-card Trump's main eventer, as he is now. For Kieran Cross, it definitely would help him a little bit, more position-wise, more more usable wise and bigger roles and stories going forward. So I think Sammy will put Kieran Cross over. Okay, so I'm going with Kieran Cross. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get to the next match. Next match on this card on Summerslam. We're going with the cage match. Okay. Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu in a cage. Right? What's the story about this? What's the story about this? So, obviously, Jacob Fatu was once part of Solo's bloodline, becomes US champion at WrestleMania, and then turns on Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank. Then Solo starts brings in Jeff Cobb, aka Jason Mateo, brings in Hikuleo, Night Champions, Solo versus Jacob Fatu at Night Champions. We got the introduction of Hikuleo, now called somebody else, Taloa Tonga or something like that. Now called Hikuleo. Costs Jacob Fatu the title, right? At Night Champions. So Solo defeats Jacob Fatu at Night Champions to become the US champion, US title holder, okay? On SmackDown. Okay. Now leading up to this, we got a rematch for the US title. But another thing, this match is no ordinary singles match for the US title. This is a cage match. Cage match. So you got Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu locking in a cage. And do you know how wild and crazy Jacob Fatu could be in the ring, right? Right? How dangerous he is in the ring. And obviously the idea of this was to keep Solo's group out. Jason Mateo, Tonga Loa, and Taloga, whatever. Yeah, and keep group out of the cage. Here's the thing. I still think you're going to try to get involved into this match in some capacity. It's not going to be a clean match, even though it's a cage match. To keep people out and keep people in, specifically to keep Solo faction out. But I do think it's going to be some. I do think it's going to be shenanigans. I think his team is going to try to help in any way to make sure Solo attains U.S. title over Jacob Fatu. Now, do I see title change or do I see Jacob Fatu winning here? I'm not so sure. I know you just lost the title. Do you want to put the title back on Jacob Fatu so quickly and just have Solo lose the title that quickly? I'm not so sure about putting the title back on Jacob Fatu. In fact, I didn't think they were going to take the title off Jacob Fatu so quickly after WrestleMania. I did 2 months after I did it. But I think I'm going to go with against the grain. Not the salt, the grain. My bad wording here. But against the grain, against everybody else's predictions, I'm going to go with Solo Sikoa retaining. Okay. U.S. title. Let's go with the WWE Women's Tag Team match. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez to defend the Women's WWE Tag Team titles against Charlotte Flair and the team of Alexa Bliss. Okay, now Roxanne is replacing an injured Liv Morgan, right? In Judgment Day. She's in Liv Morgan's place. and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss has formed a team, an unlikable. Now, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they were supposed. The plan was that got changed. The plan was for them to have a match at SummerSlam. They're unlikely duo of these two are complete opposites of each other. We're not supposed to be having a tag, not supposed to be a tag team for this long. Okay? They were not supposed to be, but the reception from the fans, WWE took notice. Reception from the fans was overly positive, and the fans were loving it. And so they're like, you know what? Let's keep this team together. Okay? Do I think that will last? This team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will last after this? I mean, to me, it would be a really dumb idea to already start a breakup right now with how well received, how much the fans love this duo with the two, this tag team. I think it would be bad. Sometimes you can't. It's too early. Okay. Now, what does this do? Liv Morgan's been out, what, month, 2 months now? I don't know. Maybe a little over a month. And I think she'll be back at least September or October. Do you take the titles off at the duo of Judgment Day of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez? I mean, this would be a big win. This would be a big win for Judgment Day with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez to defeat two former top of the card champions who held multiple titles in their career. Charlotte Flair, of course, and Alexa Bliss, of course. Okay? Okay, this is more about Judgment Day story going. Are they gonna have them lose and start issues between Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv get involved? I don't know. So I think I'm gonna go with. I think it's too early for that. All right, it's too early for that. So I'm gonna go with Raquel and Roxanne retain here, but I don't know about a possible breakup. I mean, it'd be a shocking moment, and SummerSlam should have shocking moments too, like WrestleMania. Okay.
Okay, Aaron, I'm going outside.
Okay, just go. Okay, we also got this TLC ladder match. All right? TLC ladder match with tag teams. So 6 tag teams. DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus Motor Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. The Riots, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. Okay? On the right side, you got Andrade and Ray Phoenix. In the middle, we got Axiom and Nathan Fraser. And on the bottom, we got Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. And this is a TLC match, so tables, ladders, and chairs. So the only way to win this match is to retrieve the titles that are hanging from the ladders, right? From not the ladders, from the strap. So you need a ladder. But obviously, there's gonna be chairs and tables. And with these competitors who are very athletic, most of them very athletic, they have such creativity in their moveset. There's gonna be a lot of crazy spots in this match. And this is the most famous TLCs we know are been like triple threat tag team matches, stuff like that, or single TLC matches. This is a six tag team TLC match. I don't think it's ever bigger than this. Maybe four fatal four way tag team TLC match or fatal four regular one on one. But I don't think it's ever been six tag teams in a TLC match. And obviously the Riots are the tag team champions, and I do think they'll lose here. This will protect them. If they lose here, this will protect them. Protect them. And who I see winning a smash, I don't know. It's hard to decide. It's out the six because they're also on tag teams. I'll just randomly choose. I'll go. I think I'm gonna go Axiom, Nathan Fraser, and Axiom. Okay, and Axiom, the team of Nathan Fraser and Axiom. That's just a random pick. I could be wrong there. Okay, I could be way off. I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know who's better off winning this match. I don't know, so don't go at me, okay? Don't come at me, bro. Don't come at me. All right? All right, guys. All right, so next match. Next match on the card is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for an Intercontinental title match. Now, this feud between these two have been epic this year. Remember, Becky has turned against Lyra after WrestleMania, losing the tag team titles, right? She's turned against Lyra and started a heel turn. Lyra retained the Intercontinental title at a preview. I think the next pay per view after that. Then she lost it to Becky, where Becky told her that if I win the title here, you got to raise my hand, which she did. Right? And then Bayley got involved, making a triple threat match at Evolution, and Becky retained. And then Lyra defeated Bayley to become number one contenders for the IC title, face to get a rematch with Becky at SummerSlam. So it's come full circle for Lyra. Her chance and possibly her third single match, fourth match with Becky involved, but third single match with Becky at SummerSlam. Probably the end of this story going forward for Lyra and Becky. The culmination of this, the finale of this feud. Okay. Okay. This would be a big win for Lyra. Yeah, she has beaten Becky before, so she already got some major wins against Becky. Okay. But I think Becky retains here. I think I'm gonna go with Wednesday where? Just a minute. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going with Becky to retain here. Yeah, all right. That's how I'm going here. I'm going with Becky to win here, retain. Next, we got Roman Reigns Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, right? The cousins unite to face Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, two behemoths, right? Roman Reigns is back to to side himself with his cousin to take on these two alpha dogs, part of Seth Rollins' group. And well, I do think Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, if they win, that'd be massive for them. Massive for them. But I don't see them winning here. I do not see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed winning this match, especially not against Roman and Jey Uso, the tag team match. I don't see that happening here. Not SummerSlam, especially now with Roman Reigns back for SummerSlam. I do not see this. They're not going to have Jey Uso lose. They're certainly not going to have Roman Reigns lose. So here in this match, I'm going with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso to beat the team of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Next, you have Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton for the SmackDown Women's title. Jade Cargill won Queen in the Ring, so that makes her number one contender for the women's title, right? To face Tiffany Stratton, who is a champion. Two rookies from last year in the ring together, right? And Jade Cargill is the number one contender. And the thing is, I do not have hopes for this match. I think both of them need to turn heel. I like to see one of them turn heel after this. And the thing is, I don't know which one, because they're different type of heels. There would be different type of heels. Jade would be that cocky, I'm better than you, I'm stronger than you, all that kind of heel. Look at me, right? Dominant, right? Tiffany would be that annoying, good looks, annoying Barbie-like heel, right? Like everything goes her way. They're two different type of heels, okay, to me. Okay? Thing is, one of them has to be champion though, right? Unless there's a double DQ, a double count out, or something like that. And I do think Jade retains here. I do think Jade not retains, takes the title off Tiffany. And I do think one of them afterwards turns heel. Because I do think both of them are better off as heel. And I also think, to me, Jade, even Tiffany, but Jade, her presence, yeah, she's built like a brick. She's built like a wall. Strong, tall, muscled, all that. But her promos as a face, to me, are lacking. She doesn't have good promo skills to be a baby face. And you can tell her weakness is sometimes in the ring with long matches, but her promo skills could be better. And I don't think she's suited for a face. So Tiffany Stratton to me is a little bit better as a face because she has better promo skills than Jade. But I do think Jade wins here. And one of them will turn heel afterwards. Especially if you're gonna make sure Charlotte Flair turns face. If Charlotte Flair does fully turn face, that's a major talent, a huge talent. Charlotte's caliber. Okay? Okay, guys. Sorry for a little dead air there. All right. Now we got the triple threat match, the women's triple threat match on the Raw side of things for the women. Okay, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, and Io Sky. Okay, what's the story going in this match, guys? Well, at Evolution, we had an epic match between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley going so well. During that match, Naomi, who lost earlier in the night to Jade Cargill in a no holds barred match, decided to cash in her Money in the Bank. Okay. Nashville? Yeah, I know. Yeah, to the new stadium. They're rating. Okay. But so she cashed in a triple threat match, right? To make a triple threat match at Evolution, and she won and got the women's title. Now, in her first match as champion, Naomi has to take on Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Okay? 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 So, two faces in a heel. Generally, when we have a two faces in a heel or two heels in a face in a match against each other, generally the heel would win if there's two faces. And when there's two heels and there's a face, generally the face would win. So in this instance, this is two faces and a heel. Naomi is a heel, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are the baby faces. Okay? Generally you would think, and right? So I mean, the story only had 2 weeks build, right? Not really a lot of momentum, just 2 weeks build, really, or 2 or 3 weeks build. It has nothing so a big part from who else actually is there. I don't know. She's kind of weird, Rhea Ripley. To let you know, she's kind of weird. She's kind of freaky weird. But what do I think? Who's going to win this match? I have no problems thinking that. I have no issues with this match. I'm 100% on this. I'm going with Naomi to retain at the bottom. Now this is a Sunday match, so okay. Remember, it's just 2 nights. Now we got Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Celebrity match. Celebrity tag team match at SummerSlam, alright? So here an issue is apparently Drew McIntyre went on social media the other day. He can't get back in the States because of a citizen passport issue, right? Now he went on social media, and he, in the same social media post, he was in character and not in character because he was in his home country of Scotland at the time, to friends' wedding, okay? But he was half and half. I do think the point where he said he didn't have his passport to get back in the States, I do think that's bullshit. I do think it's bullshit. I think most of that video was really him in character. Most of the time was in character. I think that's bullshit because he does post a lot of things on X where he's in character. So I do think it's bullshit. I do think he's going to be there this Sunday. So I don't think it's going to be a replacement for him against Logan Paul. I do think it's going to be there Sunday in a celebrity match. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. And this is, to me, those epic strokes. Yeah, they careful. He's going to have those epic strokes. To me, since this is a celebrity match, right? And there's really no stakes on this match. What does this do for Randy Orton going forward? What does this do for Logan Paul going forward? Or Drew McIntyre going forward? Just because, what's it going to do? Really, but it's going to help the career out. Drew McIntyre is ready, doesn't need any help. Randy Orton for sure doesn't need help. His place in the WWE is solidified. So to me, this doesn't really do anything for them, right? It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't help them. It doesn't, but mostly it doesn't hurt them. So to me, it doesn't really matter who wins here. Okay, it doesn't even affect Logan Paul at all, too, because right, it doesn't matter who wins here. But in these kind of matches, the faces win. The baby faces win. The baby faces win. Okay, so Randy Orton and Jelly Roll will win this match. That's what's going to happen. And the baby faces win these kind of matches. And I'll be shocked if Logan Paul and Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre will win. Look. Yes, Jelly has been training a little bit with WWE, the Performance Center, right? Because he can't go in that match not knowing shit, not what to do, right? Not how to take a fall, not how to land some punches, not to do some basic moves, right? Some basic moves, right? But Logan Paul, on the other hand, who is the other celebrity, right, is a whole new level compared to skill-wise and wrestling-wise. Like, Jelly Roll does look like a guy who's going to be – Jelly Roll does look like a guy who's like – he doesn't look like an athlete, right? He doesn't look like an athlete, okay? All right? And you would think in this match, Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul will have the advantage just because Jelly Roll would be a huge liability for Randy Orton. But in this kind of match, it's wrestling, it's fake, it's pretend, it's scripted. Let's be ten. Let's not be around the bush, guys. If I was a WWE, they could have me become champion if they wanted to. Okay, they could put me against a 500-pound man, and they have me beat the 500-pound man if they wanted to. Okay, okay. But I still think so. I still single Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. In an ideal world, yeah, in an ideal world, if wrestling wasn't fake, yeah, I mean, a team of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul should win that match. I mean, but wrestling is fake and scripted, so anybody can win, really. I tell you what, I hope it can last. I hope it can last. Aaron Dudley, WWE champion. Yes, yes, Aaron Dudley. The From Canada. When Father Dudley went to Canada, had a relationship with a woman of Canada. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. All right. Who's next after Jelly Roll? All right. AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title match. Right. AJ Styles was getting under Dominic's head. Right. Aaron Packlin. Aaron Packlin getting under AJ Styles getting Dominic's head, and the whole story about this match was Dominic avoiding AJ Styles, right, with a fake Doctor No, stuff like that, and AJ Styles is like, come on Don, finally you don't be a coward, don't be a coward. And finally, at Raw, we get this match officially, right? AJ Styles versus Dom for the Intercontinental title match. Now, who's gonna win? I love AJ Styles, but I think Dom's gonna win. I do think Dom's gonna retain here. I don't know how. I don't know if Finn Balor or Jordan Devlin are gonna get involved. I do think Dom's gonna retain here, but I do think Judgment Day, they're barely hanging on a thread, and I do think it's time to move on from this group. It's time to disband. WWE is just keeping them together. And I know they're trying to keep things fresh. People are starting to cheer Dom. It's funny. Dom was getting so much heat. Like, the fans would boo him every time he tried to talk. And it was like X-Pac heat, if you ask me. But now they started cheering. They started loving this Dom. And I don't know if they're going to take the title off him. I'm going to say he's retains. Title. Next, we got the first world title match between Gunther, who is the champion, and CM Punk, the main event, night one of Summerslam tomorrow. So Punk won the gauntlet match on Raw, and he gets to challenge CM Punk. CM Punk gets to challenge Gunther. My bad, right? My bad. Where? For the title. Okay? So CM Punk once again gets a challenge for the main title, the world title. Okay? Now, they haven't got physical. They have promo bouts, but they haven't got physical. Punk needs to be champion. He said in his last promo he needs to be champion. The guy's not a spring chicken. The guy's in his mid-40s, getting close to his 50s. All right? CM Punk, let me see what his age is. CM Punk is not young anymore. Okay? CM Punk is 46 years old. So he's mid-40s. So he's getting up there in age, right? Getting up there in age. Okay? So he needs to be champion. He wants to be champion. Okay? And this match is going to be good. Him and Gunther. All right. Now, the wild card about this match is Seth Rollins. Okay? Seth freaking Rollins. I saw his main event against LA Knight. Pretty hurt himself he hurt himself, right? I forgot what the injury was, but he hurt himself. Now the thing is that his injury, it's there's something fishy with his injury. He got the host Rich Eisen when Rich Eisen was away. He got the host Rich Eisen's radio show, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to have surgery on this. Like this is like a 3 month thing. Apparently, he has, and that's 3 or 4 weeks ago. Saturday's main event was, it's a June show, right? Or was it a July show? No, it was mid-July show. Yeah, it was the day after Superman came out. So okay, mid-July show, but he hasn't had surgery yet or anything like that. Reported hasn't had surgery yet, and that's been 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. No, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Hasn't had surgery yet. So something's fishy about this, and he's the Money in the Bank holder, and they haven't stripped him of the Money in the Bank. So and at the time, people, reports, wrestling trade said, yeah, this is legit. Now I'm getting to think, is it legit or a work? Because I'm beginning to think I think it's both. But I think they're downplaying the severity of this injury because to Seth Rollins, it's kind of a sneaky, conniving heel right now. So him, a heel like this, manipulating, playing mind games is not out of the realm of possibility. And his goal is to make CM Punk never becomes champion. Never fucking becomes champion. Never becomes champion. Never gets his dream, right? Never becomes champion. Right? Okay, that's his goal. Is he willing to cash in the Money in the Bank against Gunther in this match against CM Punk and take the title off? Make sure takes the title off Gunther and CM Punk. I don't know, man. It's very good. I'm not sure, man, because I don't think Punk is winning here. I'm gonna go with that because it hasn't really been in anything an update on Seth Rollins. Like has no up. Usually when we get a wrestler that undergoes surgery in real life, the wrestling trades usually report that. Nothing on Seth Rollins, and they're still holding the Money Back title. Something's going on. And this is the time to reveal. Yeah, I was faking it the whole time. I was faking it the whole time. I was just making, making CM Punk think he's gonna win the title. No, I did it the whole time, making you all think I was really, really hurt. I'm just doing this to screw over CM Punk's title match, whatever. Make sure he doesn't become champion at Summerslam. So I think he's gonna get involved. And remember at Night of Champions. CM Punk versus John Cena. Seth Rollins tried to cash in that match. You think he was trying to cash in the screw over John Cena? That's his agenda, his goal. Of course he would screw over John Cena, but CM Punk was in that match. His goal was to make sure CM Punk wasn't champion. Okay? So I think it might be the same play here at SummerSlam. But this time faking injury, playing mind games, making us think he's really, really hurt. If that's true, some of us are going to look like geniuses tomorrow. Because I'm not the only one thinking this, okay? I can't be the only one taking credit for that idea, that thought. Because there's others thinking this too. And it's really not a stupid possibility. Now the next match is the final title match of Night 2 of SummerSlam. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the title match. Okay. So, John Cena has August, September, October, November, December. Basically 5 months left on his retirement year. His last year in WWE as a wrestler, right? He basically has 5 months left. This month, and from September, 5 months left. So in most of this year, he has been a heel, right? Well, actually, the first 2 months he's been a face. Then March, he turned heel. So 4 months he's been a heel. Okay. But obviously, fans do not want him to retire as a heel. They would not like to see him end his career as a heel. Okay. So now hear out, fans. I think this match is going to turn out to be like similar to the Hogan Rock match WrestleMania 18, but not to a point where the fans turn on Cody Rhodes, where it's that time the fans totally turn on The Rock. I think we're gonna see Cena pull out some not face like moves, taunts, aspects of his character coming out in this match as the match goes on. But I don't think he's gonna turn on Cody or anything like that. And what I mean is, I think Cody's gonna win here. I think he's gonna take back the title from John. But John, you're gonna see John's gonna continue because you have seen in the past pay-per-view or so, John has been showing some of the old John Cena, the John Cena we've been used to for 20 years. Okay? Seeing for 20 years. The ultimate good guy. We've been seeing that. And I think we're going to see more of that in this match. Actually, what I'm saying is, I think we're going to see all, as the match goes on, we're going to see all of it, most of it. And I think Cody's going to win against John Cena. And I think what's going to happen is, John Cena is going to embrace Cody Rhodes. And John Cena's going to turn babyface right there and shake Cody Rhodes' hand. And this time, John Cena is not going to dupe Cody Rhodes and kick him in the balls or anything like that. I think it's going to be a legit, believable handshake. And John Cena turns face. And I don't think John Cena will be on TV for a while. I'm going to say this. I mean, he'll be on TV the rest of the year. But I don't think John Cena will be on a couple weeks in August. I do think this will be like a send-off, having Cody Rhodes take the title, turn face there. So he could do press tour for Peacemaker. So I think after they'll press tour Peacemaker. Now the press tour for Peacemaker will not be as hectic as a press tour for a movie. So it'll be 1 or 2 weeks at most. So I think he'll win, he'll lose here, embrace Cody Rhodes, turn face here, and then after the Peacemaker press tour, all the market, all that stuff dies down, I think he'll be back. So I'm going to say, yeah, we might not see him to maybe the end of August or earlier September. Not a long hiatus, a short hiatus. That's what I think is going to happen. Otherwise, if he retains here, my idea would be have him take the title on the press tour, man. He should have had the title. Did he have the title at Comic-Con? He should have had the title at Comic-Con. But that's what's going to happen here. I think this is going to be the time where John turns babyface again, acknowledges Cody was champion, shake hands. A Sunday. And I don't think Cody's going to turn heel. I don't think it's going to be a double turn. I don't think Cody's going to turn heel. He will not work as a heel. And he explained why. He explained if he ever did turn heel, he explained why on First Take what he have to do to turn heel. And he basically said, yeah, I have to change a lot of things. I want no theme music. But yeah, so that's my wrestling predictions for SummerSlam, night 1 and 2. Remember, they all start at an earlier time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 Eastern time. So check your local listings. All for American viewers, Peacock, international viewers, Netflix. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys. Bye.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.